Hi everyone! In this series we focus on the electronic components. The first step was to find the rightful place for the inverter. The place turned out perfect and allowed to keep all the standard wires. First we need to make inverter mounts and then clamp the wire stubs with brand new copper lugs. All phase conductors are now screwed on and the battery is connected. A moment of truth. I turned on all the devices, smoothly rotated the resistor, and in response, deafening silence. Not the slightest sign of life. The first, most disturbing guess is that while I was welding the mounts, the weld arc went through the electronic devices and burned them. The second, more optimistic one, a rubbed or loose wire. I methodically checked for continuity, but I never found an opening in the circuit. I tried to connect the resolver wires from the second test motor, suspecting that the resolver could burn out. Miraculously, the system came back to life. It all launched. Mentally prepared myself to order a new resolver, and then I took one last look at the main motor. There, on the resolver wires, lurked a small extender that apparently unlatched while fitting and moved the electric motor. This rudiment that is absent in the newer versions of the motor completely slipped my mind, and the connector itself craftily hid behind the frame. A click of the latched connector, a reclosure, and everything ran like clockwork. Well, it's time for the battery. I welded the frame for the future battery using an angle bar. After that, I placed the cells in it. You can add more battery cells here. I'll connect the cells with aluminum jumpers that were already in place, and a bit later a copper jumper will take their place. Next we need to clamp the wires with the copper cable lugs. So far, as part of the test, I've connected everything directly. As a tryout, I got in the homemade Cybertruck and tried to press the gas pedal. This should be done very carefully, because it's not clear yet what this car is capable of. I hit a wall with the bumper and tried to accelerate. The electric motor is quite capable of turning these wheels. Interestingly, the battery voltage hardly fluctuated. To be honest, I'm incredibly glad that I was able to go through all of these trials, and as a result, everything works great. In the next series, we need to finish electronics, install contactor, and cut out switches, deal with an air suspension, and most importantly, connect the brakes. At this point, we've done our best. Thanks everyone for watching. See you in the next video.